What's going on, Spidey fans? We're back once again. We're going to be talking about another Spider-Man. I'm going to consider this a theory of mine that I've been thinking about the last couple days. Now, again, since we just saw the gameplay trailer for Miles Morales, again, it looks absolutely phenomenal. But at the same time, if it's going to look this good on screen, then imagine how it's going to be when we finally get to play it. And this is what I like to talk about with you guys today. So let's go ahead and talk about this. How would you guys like to see continuation of Spider-Man PS4 and the Spider-Man PS2, Marvel Spider-Man PS4 of 2, which we get to see? Honestly, I would love to see, of course, play as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, but we also get to see Miles at some point, because again, I would really like to say how we got to play as different characters in the game, how we got to play as Miles, how we got to play as Peter, aka Spider-Man, as well as Mary Jane in the first game. But I would also like to see when we get certain missions where we're able to play as Miles. Maybe Miles comes in to help Peter with a massive situation, because we do see in the Spider-Man PS4 that Harry is in development of becoming Venom, which of course is a continuation of Ultimate Spider-Man, which we did see instead of Eddie Brock getting the Venom symbiote first, we see Harry getting it, being developed by Norman Osborn, who later becomes the Green Goblin. Not the one we see on the hover drone, but we also see him literally having the wings. Looks like a massive goblin, and honestly I like that one as well. Now there could be two possible enemies that we're going to be seeing in the game, but the main thing I really want to talk to you guys about is, wouldn't it be cool to see the possibility of just seeing them work together to take on these two, like we got to see in the series, Spider-Man the Ultimate series. I think that'd be really amazing. I think it'd be badass. I think it'd be cool to see two Spider-Man that the community loves and want to see more of team up to fight these different characters, as well as also not be able to play them every single time you turn around, but be able to play like at the very end of the game after you beat it, where maybe you could play as Peter at one point after the story and everything else, like in free roam, where you could play it as Peter for a while, then you could switch at a certain point and then play as Miles if you want to. That's if you want to do that. Again, it's just a possibility where I think it'd be cool to see the possibility of playing two different characters, because again, that's what it seems like a lot of people are going to be doing in games now, because we do see that in Gotham Knights coming up, we do see that in Batman Arkham Knight back then, we got to see that, of course, Spider-Man PS4, and we got probably going to be seeing that in other future games. And honestly, I would love to see that, because again, if Spider-Man Miles Morales does pretty well like I think it's going to, then I think we're in for a real treat of what Insomniac Games as well as Sony and Marvel has in store for us. And I honestly can't wait to see that, because again, if you guys remember anything about the first game, it was absolutely amazing to play as different characters. Now again, playing as Mary Jane or playing as Miles was not always fun, but at the same time, it was fun to a certain degree, and I liked it. It was cool. But at the same time, I would prefer a little more action, where again, now that Miles has powers, we can actually do more than what he was able to do in the first game. Same thing with Mary Jane. She doesn't have powers, but she was more on the investigator perspective, which I think it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. So again, this is just a little theory of mine. It's not what actually may happen. Now if it happens, okay, great. If not, that's okay too. I'm not saying I won't love the game either way, but I'm actually just looking forward to see what they have in store for us later on down the road. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to kick it off to you guys. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Let's have a great conversation about it. Let's talk about what can possibly happen in the game. You guys want to see possibly Spider-Man with just Peter, or Spider-Man and Miles, or we're going to be seeing Spider-Man as well as Peter with just switching up, like, okay, like you do this mission, I'll take this guy. We don't know exactly what may happen. So again, guys, it's just a little bit of a theory of mine, what I would like to see in the next Spider-Man game, even though we still have Spider-Man Miles Morales that's going to be coming out later on. But let's go ahead and I'm going to leave you guys up to it. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. If you guys are new to the channel, about subscribing, leave a big fat like. It helps me out tremendously. Greatly appreciate if you guys did. Hopefully you liked the video, and let me know what you guys think about this, and I'll be seeing you in the comments.